Every so often I find myself kind of wanting to go back and revisit some of the gear that I was using when I was first coming up and first starting to learn and play electric guitar. I think in this day and age there's this fast-paced nature of new product releases, and any given week there's one or multiple new products announced and released from different brands across the industry, and so there can kind of be this sense of needing to keep up with a new thing, this constant churn of new gear. And I think what we sometimes miss about that, or what gets lost in that pace, is the fact that there's a lot of really killer gear that's been released and has been out on the market for years and decades. And I think the whole premise on vintage gear is this simple concept that gear from years past is valid and relevant, and even sometimes better than the stuff that's coming out today. So it's worth our time, it's worth our attention sometimes to comb through the used market and see what is out there that's still worthy of our time and our money. And so today I wanted to bring up what I think is kind of a sleeper in the small compact tube combo world. Makes a great bedroom amp, a great kind of basement practice amp, and still really has a cool character and quality to it and a fun vibe. Today we're talking about the Vox AC4TV. This is the 10-inch model, the combo with a 10-inch speaker in it. It's a cool series. Vox started around 2009 or so and ran for a number of years, and they actually had a handful of different versions. This is the 10-inch combo. They had an 8-inch combo that's a little more compact, a micro 6.5-inch speaker combo that's even more compact, and then also a head and cab, which I think is a really cool kind of vibey piece. The layout is really simple. The presentation is cool in this kind of vibey 60s homage to some of those early Vox TV style combos. And you have a really straightforward control set and an amp that just sounds pretty great. So we're going to hear some sounds throughout this video. I'm using my Fender Player 2 Jazzmaster. I'm also going to be using a couple effects throughout the video. UA Starlight for delay, Strymon Flint version 2 for reverb, and then an LVL from 1981 for some dirt at different points. But I'll share some sounds throughout the video and then talk about why I think it's kind of a sleeper in the under $300 category of small combo amps. If you're interested in these types of videos, I really appreciate you hitting the like button below so that YouTube can help funnel some more of my videos and similar content your way. It's a huge help. Also hit subscribe below if you're new to the channel. It's a big help and support for me to be able to keep doing these videos. And if you are interested in searching for one of these AC4TVs or other similar amps, you can find a lot of them across Reverb, and I've got an affiliate link below that helps the channel as well if you decide to purchase through it. So hit those below if you're in the market for a new bedroom amp or anything that you're shopping for on reverb.com. So there's a few reasons I think these AC4TVs are really cool. First of all, just the aesthetic and the vibe grabs me right away. I think it's cool that they use this kind of tan TV front aesthetic to give it a vintage vibe. I really like the simplicity of these amps. You have volume, tone, and an attenuator, which leads me to my next point. The attenuator is a really great feature and was kind of just starting to come onto the scene in amps of this caliber when it was released. So this model, you have a 1/4 watt, a 1 watt, and a 4 watt setting, and it really is quite usable. I like playing this amp at the 4 watt setting because it is a really nice volume for even at home playing, and you get some of those full rich Vox cleans and some overdrive when you crank it up. But if you really want to get more of that kind of driven Vox sound, you can turn it down to even like the 1/4 watt setting and start to get some of that saturation at pretty manageable volumes. Another thing that I've really loved about these amps is that you can pretty easily make them sound better with a couple simple upgrades. So first of all, I swapped the preamp tube in this one to an ECC81, which is a slightly lower gain preamp tube compared to the stock 12AX7. That just gives you a little more headroom, a little more clean before the amp starts to break up, which for me in my playing I really like. I really kind of love that clean Vox sound to just slight edge of breakup. So that lower gain preamp tube helps you get a little more clean life in the amp. You can also swap out the speaker, which I did. There's a Weber signature model speaker in there, and that can really bring the amp to life. The stock speakers in some of these types of amps can just be a little bit unremarkable, and so for usually less than $100, even less if you're going to find a used speaker, you can pop one of those in this amp and really kind of bring it to life in a cool way. So that's been my experience with the AC4TV. It's been a really fun amp that stuck around and bounced around through different moves and things, and one that is always just fun to plug into. It delivers that cool Vox chime and the upper mid presence that you'd expect from a Vox amp. There's some fun mods you can do to it for not a lot of money, and they're just cool. They're cool looking amps. They sound cool. So check them out on Reverb or on YouTube here, and let me know if you're an AC4TV user or fan, or if you've liked any of the other kind of Vox AC4 variants. I'd love to hear your thoughts and your comments about this or similar amps. Thanks for checking out the video here, and we'll see you next time.